They say that all couples fight, but how do you know if your fights are normal or not? To answer this question, here are 6 things you should avoid in order to have a healthy relationship and avoid unnecessary fights. No. 1. Bringing up past mistakes. One of the most common triggers that leads to an unnecessary fight is when you bring up a past mistake during an argument. When we're in the heat of the moment, it's easy to say things like, "You never listen to me," or "You always do this," or "You never do this." Statements like these may seem like you're making a valid point, but what you're actually doing is bringing up old emotional wounds. Instead of focusing on the current issue at hand, you're bringing up past mistakes, which will only make your partner defensive. And before you know it, you've taken your fight from a 0 to a 100 in a matter of seconds. No. 2. Bringing your partner down. It's important for couples to be each other's biggest fans and cheerleaders. If you catch your partner doing something, the first thing you should do is celebrate their success and let them know how proud you are of them. But sometimes we can get so caught up in our own problems that we forget to do the same for our partner. We might start taking them for granted, especially if we've been together for a long time. So if you notice that you're constantly putting your partner down, whether it's about their appearance, their family, their friends, their job, or anything else, then this is something you need to watch out for because it's a surefire way to start a fight. No. 3. The silent treatment. This is another big one. The silent treatment is one of those things that can really drive a wedge between two people. When you ignore your partner and refuse to talk to them, it sends the message that you don't care about them or what they have to say. This is especially damaging if you're already in the middle of an argument. If you give someone the silent treatment, it can feel like they're punishing you, and it can make it very difficult to resolve the conflict. It's important to remember that no one is mind reader. So if you're upset with your partner, don't assume that they know what's wrong. Try communicating with them directly instead. No. 4. Name-calling and insults. Name-calling and insults are extremely hurtful and they can really damage your relationship. When you start calling your partner names or insulting them, it shows that you don't respect them. This is a huge turn-off and it's one of the fastest ways to start a fight. If you're feeling angry or frustrated, try taking a few deep breaths and calming down before saying anything. It's also important to remember that words can never be taken back. Once you say them, they're out there and they can't be erased. So think carefully about what you're saying before you say it. No. 5. Making them choose sides. Another big no in relationships is when you make your partner choose sides. Maybe you're in an argument with your friend and you say something like, "Well, either you're with me or you're with them." This is not only unfair, but it's also really hurtful. It shows that you do and respect their relationship with their friend, and it puts them in an impossible situation. They're going to feel like they have to choose between you and their friend, which is not fair to them. Ultimately, this is going to backfire on you. Your partner may feel like they have no choice but to side with your friend, which will only make you feel more angry and more betrayed. And no. 6. Being too critical. Last but certainly not least, being too critical is a surefire way to start a fight. When you're constantly criticizing your partner, it tells them that you don't accept them the way they are. This can be extremely damaging to their self-esteem, and it will make them feel like they can't do anything right. If you have a specific problem with something your partner is doing, it's important to address that issue directly, but don't make it a personal attack. Try being as specific as possible when you're talking about your partner's behavior. And avoid making sweeping statements like "you always" or "you never." These types of statements are just too general and they're often not accurate. When you focus on specific behaviors, it's easier for your partner to understand what you're talking about and it makes them more likely to change their behavior. If you can avoid these 6 things, you'll be well on your way to having a happy and healthy relationship. Remember, communication is key, so don't be afraid to talk to your partner about your needs and concerns. And always remember to be respectful, even when you're angry. Do you agree with what we've mentioned here? What are some other things that you think cause unnecessary fights in a relationship? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And as always, thanks for watching.